Let us begin with the idea of creating a scenario in your imagination. Most of you, with regard to any endeavor that you choose to do, with regard to anything you may prefer to do in life, will in your imagination conjure up an image, a picture, a scenario. Now, as we have said, and as we will remind you once again, right now, any image that your physical mind can conjure up may not necessarily be as fully representative of the way something can manifest, but it will function as a symbol, as a placeholder, as a representation of the manifestation, of the ideal scenario. Recognizing that your higher mind is far more capable of knowing how something will happen, how something will manifest, and your physical mind is not capable of knowing how that will happen. The idea is to recognize and to use the limitation of the physical mind to your advantage. Using the limitation to your advantage means that when your physical mind conjures up an image or a representation or a symbol of your ideal scenario toward any given intention you may have in life, it means that you do not necessarily have to limit yourself to the image that your imagination, your physical mind's imagination, is capable of creating. You can rely on your higher mind to create for itself a higher version representation, a higher version image, a higher version symbol that it will use to attract to you all the different synchronicities, all the different opportunities, all the different circumstances and situations required for the highest form of that representation, the highest vibration of that representation. And thus, you don't have to work so hard at insisting and focusing on the idea that the image you have in your physical mind must exactly and precisely come to fruition. Now, it might be that sometimes, from time to time, the higher mind and physical mind will recognize that according to the synchronicity in your life, the image that you have in your physical mind may be, for that moment, the most ideal representation, the most appropriate, the most relevant representation of that manifestation of your intention. But very often, and more often than not, your higher mind is quite capable of bringing to you a version of what you intend, a version of your ideal scenario that may even be much greater than what you were capable of imagining with your physical mind. And thus, it will benefit you to not insist that the picture your mind is capable of conjuring be the only way that that ideal reality can occur, can manifest, can come to fruition. To be able to relax your insistence on that picture being the only representation will benefit you and allow your higher mind to do its job while your physical mind does its job, so that you can work together in harmony and concert between the physical and higher mind, which, when you do that, allows you to function in your physical reality as a whole person. If you only use your physical mind, You're not functioning as a whole person. In order to function as a whole person, you must allow the higher mind to be part of the conversation, part of the manifestation, because it is uniquely designed to see much farther than the physical mind can see. The analogy we have often used that the physical mind is in the valley and the higher mind is on the mountaintop. So it can see much farther than the physical mind can below in the valley, and can guide you and tell you which way to turn. And even though to the physical mind it may seem that when the higher mind says turn left, turn right, go straight, it may make no sense according to what the physical mind can see, to what the physical mind intends. Relying and trusting in the higher mind's ability to see farther than the physical mind will allow you to find out, will allow you to discover, will allow you to experience that even though it may seem to be twisting and turning, it will actually be the quickest path to your intention, to what you desire. Because it knows what that path really is, and what you need on that path, and how you can incorporate what you discover on that path into a greater appreciation for the scenario when it manifests, giving you all the tools you need along the way to more fully appreciate and use the scenario when it manifests, gathering as you go what you need for that experience. That's why it's so important to allow yourself to recognize that whatever is happening is part of your excitement and not an obstacle to it or not an interruption of it.